Hey guys, Caleb from RevGear here, and today we're going to talk about how to turn these into those. Let's get started. Alright, so the first thing on the JL that we're going to do is remove these 6 clips from the top. They're very simple. They're just pop tops instead of like the screw ones like the JK used, and then we're just going to pull the grill off. It should come off just that easily. And once the grill is off, you'll have access to the headlight bolts. I've already loosened them up, but there are 3. Just go ahead and loosen those up, unplug the harness from the back of the light, and you'll have your light free. So let's go ahead and jump to that now. And just so you guys know, these are 10mm bolts, all 3 of them, so it makes it really easy. Just hopefully you didn't lose your 10mm socket. And once those 3 bolts are out, it's unplugged, it is ready to go in the garbage. Let's get the new stuff installed. All right, with your new high beam off-road LED headlights, I've got the Drifter series. You're gonna get the light itself and a bracket. I've already been running these for a couple months, and I've lived in the mountains and near the beach, so they're a little rusty. But there's literally only one way that these will go on and fit. So if the holes don't line up, keep spinning the headlight and the bracket until they do. And then you also know there are alignment holes and tabs for each one of these too. Actually, there's 2 alignment holes, and then there's bolt holes. That is going to key up with the alignment pins on your JL. All right, just a quick look and a tip at this wiring. So on the sports, at least, there's only a 3-wire harness. You got a ground, running light, and a turn signal from the factory socket. So from there, we're gonna cut, or actually pull the pins out of the socket for the turn signal and running light. There's a green and white and a brown and white wire. Leave the ground connected in the socket. That's sending a relay back to the computer to let you know that your turn signals are working. So the brown and white is your turn signal that's going to go to your red on your headlight. Your green and white from the Jeep harness is going to go to the green wire, which is your running light. Like I said, just use these quick connect paddles. Be careful, they are easy to pull off even if the connection's pretty good. And from there, we're just going to connect the plug-in from the back of the headlight to your adapter harness to your Jeep. And once that adapter harness is on, as you can see, it is literally just plug and play. All right, so before we put the headlight back on, something we're gonna notice is that with it being a 7-inch headlight, there's gonna be a little bit of a gap. So Matt at High Beam has developed something pretty cool, very simple, new hardware, longer bolt. So it's gonna go bolt, washer, and then a spacer in between the original bolt and the bracket and the factory bolt holes. It's just going to line up, and that's gonna help fill in the gap. All right, so once the spacers are installed, they're gonna look like this. Like I said, you've got the bolt, washer, bracket, and then the spacer goes into the factory bolt hole. Now, like I was saying a second ago, there's only one way that these can go back on, and that is with the alignment pin lined up on both of these 2 sides. And then put the spacer in, and you're good to go. And after the spacers are installed, those 3, we're gonna take the rubber trim rings that Matt supplies. We're just gonna take it and push it around the headlight. This is gonna fill up any remaining gap between the headlight and the grill. So it's going to be really seamless. And it looks really clean after it's installed. And basically, it's just gonna look like it was supposed to be there all along. So once you got the trim rings on, we're gonna do everything we just did with this side on the other side and just repeat the same process. All right, so from there, we're just gonna put the grill back on and put the 6 clips back into the grill to hold it in place. So once you've got the trim rings in, go ahead and put your grill back on, put your clips back in, lower the hood. And like I said, that eliminates pretty much all the gap that's going to be around this headlight from where the factory headlight is. Now, did want to mention, before you put your grill on for final assembly, you do want to aim the headlights. Those are the top and the bottom adjustment screws with the springs attached to them. And the best way to do that is to point it at a wall or something straight ahead and just see where your headlights line up. And you just want to look for them to be straight. And if you've got kind of a point of reference to where like the majority of most cars and where their rear view mirrors are, try to aim just below that line so you're not blinding anybody. But on the Drifter series, you can see it's a nice, super even, clean line. And once that's it, you're done.